Welcome to my first YouTube video, my first real YouTube video, and this is an initiation to Smithville Christian High School. If you're watching this and you don't go to Smithville Christian High School, then you better leave because frankly, son, you don't belong here. And this is based off my personal grade 9 experience. It's not any way official school property or like where it's not official is what I'm trying to say. But welcome to Smithville Christian High School. Congrats on being smart enough to finish elementary school. Next 3 years are going to be really fun, I hope. I've only been through one. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm following my notes exactly here. Speaking of my notes, I am going to have my notes up on screen right now, actually. Right now. You probably won't see what I'm doing with my hands right now. But, yeah. Sorry about the echo, by the way. My mic broke. Screen, you know what? I will hold up a microphone for you guys right now, because this is pretty stupid. This is pretty dumb. And just because my microphone doesn't work doesn't mean I can't convince you guys into thinking that I have one. I don't know what I'm talking about. I am going to attempt to do a transition. You'll see. You'll see what I can really be. I botched that severely. However, one sec, let me just get my notes back. Put them up in the screen while I'm figuring this out. Thought I'm on a Google slideshow. Alright. Now that you're in Smithville Christian High School, I'm gonna get you introduced onto the fun stuff. The essentials. So every day there's gonna be like a total of probably like 10, 12 bells. 12 bells probably exactly. And 2 of those bells are around lunchtime, which is basically just a 45-minute period in the middle of the day where you can eat your food. When I went to grade 9, we did have a 45-minute lunch break. It can be broken up at chapel days, which I'll get to. Schedules. This is my semester 1 schedule. Once I fold this down, you can't see the combination. You can't even see it. This is my semester 1 from grade 9. Okay, real close here. It's not in shambles at all. Not even in the slightest. Look at that. Look at that. That's perfect. That's a pristine schedule right there. And this is my semester 2 schedule. A shambles. You didn't see the combination, because if you did, I'm gonna blur it out. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know if we keep our combinations in grade 10 because school hasn't started yet. But yeah, so literally, it's not hard to know where you're going as long as you got a schedule on you. If you got one on you all the time though, like my semester 1 schedule, it's gonna start getting into shambles, and you gotta keep track of that thing because I lost pieces of it, quite literally. And as long as you know where you're going and what time it is, it shouldn't be too hard to get from class to class and to the right classes and stuff. And on the topic of homework, however, that's not too hard either. It's like you get way less in elementary school, unless it's like big projects and stuff, like deadlines. Deadlines are what you have to stay on top of, but most of the time you get to work are in class in grade 9. That was like the easiest part. I didn't get any homework except for like the big projects. So yeah. Alright. Now, chapels are Wednesdays. They were when I was in grade 9. They might have changed it. They changed everything. It's so weird. Why do they change stuff? They're basically just big worship services we do in the middle school. There's Christian in the name for a reason, you know, and but chapels affect the school schedule by delaying it from like 55 minutes, not seconds, holy. 55 minutes to like 45 minutes And it's not much, but they will post the schedule in Etsy, and that basically means that if you want to stay on top of the schedules that day, you have to be constantly checking Etsy or just take a screenshot of it. Also, another problem I realized with this recording is that the floor is really creaky. But yeah, chapels, bang bang boom. Topic number 4, probably. I don't know if I'm counting right. I'm counting now. But along with the privilege of wearing a cool uniform, super suit, you get to have a MacBook, which you pay for $400 a year for your tuition. I don't know if it'll be different for you, of course, but it's a MacBook, it's a computer, it's what I'm filming this on, it's what I edited this on, and it's like, if you've had Chromebooks in elementary school, then MacBook's basically your personal Chromebook that you get to take home and do some homework on, projects, mainly projects. You gotta keep it charged though. The thing is though, it comes with responsibility, because like it's for work. So like downloading stuff, games, apps, usually you have to run it through tech. There's a tech place, there's a tech room you can do that in. And yeah, here's a picture of my MacBook, and here's a picture of my MacBook case. And those stickers you saw there, they have a lot more meaning in grade 9 than you think. Because they're not just any stickers, they're stickers I got from Mr. A, the science teacher. Yeah, it's a big deal. Whenever you win Kahoot, sometimes he'll give you a sticker. Sometimes. And each one of those stickers are from a Kahoot that was won from me. I got a couple from my friends, but whatever. They still won Kahoots. I'm a big nerd. And then, yeah. I have a video on how the charger works, and I'll show that now and just move on. We're at my desk, and this is my MacBook charger. Literally, how it works is, where is it? It's not on this side. Alright. But how it works is like you literally, it's magnetic, and you just kind of, and it clips, and that light turns on. Focus. That dumb camera, right? That light will turn on, and that light means it's charging. Holy, my camera's so bad right now. It's like I'm just filming like the ambience of my desk and nothing else, bro. Alright, but yeah. Charger, magnetic, that light, bling. Topic number 5, because I'm counting now and I forgot about that. But we're on the topic of the first day experience and like classroom dynamics. On your schedule where the classes are, you get your locker number and your combination. And the thing with the lockers is that they're supposed to help you keep organized, to store stuff in. Me and my buddy didn't really do it like that. Bum. Me and my buddy didn't really do it like that because we just threw everything in a backpack. And it's way easier if you do the same. If you don't have a big backpack, just keep textbooks in your locker. And if you got loose papers that you'll need someday, put them in your MacBook case. Like my buddy Tyler. Actually, that got out of hand pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm gonna address the elephant. Address the elephant, says my notes. That's nervousness. You're probably really nervous for high school. Don't be. Don't be nervous, because everyone's unique, and if you're nervous, then you're just another common dude, because everyone's nervous for high school. I know I'm nervous for in a week when I have to start grade 10. Of course, it's just look at it like another school year. You just got a bunch of new kids. And you have to wear a super suit. And you'll figure out the layout of the school pretty soon anyways. But on the first day of the classroom, it is pretty awkward. It's because everyone's nervous. The teacher's nervous, students are nervous. Everyone's off on equal footing. But yeah, it's pretty usual that you'll think you're in the wrong classroom, but double check before you get in. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, bud. The arts. You got drama, you got music, and you got art, because it's the arts. And the arts, for me, were just, we had a rotation. And the start of the year was art, and the middle of the year was drama, and the end of the year was semester. Why am I saying year? Why am I saying year? But, yeah, rotations, they're pretty easy. I don't know if you guys will have any, but you probably will, because they said they keep it up, because otherwise you have to choose. How do you know what to choose? Like, I thought I had like art until I tried guitar, and yeah. The thing with rotations though is at the end of each of them, instead of doing an exam, you get to do a summative, which is basically just a sum of all your work to show that you know what you're talking about when it comes to this stuff. And this is a pickaxe I got at a garage sale for $5. It's pretty sick. It's pretty $5. This is like we're moving on to the topic of the art list, it says in my notes, but it's really just any other topic other than art and PE and gym, because we'll get to that after. But math, English, science, geography, and French are what we're looking at here. And math for me was just math. Think about it like grade 8 math, but like way harder, but like you shouldn't be anxious about it, because if you listen to the teacher, you can't fail a subject. And English is pretty much just, if you've ever done grammar or phonics, I think in grade 9 for me, we read Romeo and Juliet and just a bunch of short stories, and then we did an exam on it. It wasn't hard. Geography is one you have to pay a little more attention in, because geography doesn't sound hard, but it's decently challenging, and like you think you don't have to listen, and that's why you fail. And yeah, I did decent in geography, but I feel like I would have done better if I studied. And French. French is decent. I think some people like it. I've never been into speaking 2 languages at once, but yeah. And don't be afraid to be a nerd. This is my calculator. So there was a van that drove by with a bunch of reading level stickers, and they were everywhere, so I just stuck them all over my calculator. Look at that. Boom. That's sick. I'm wasting your time. We're moving on to the topic of sports and gym. I've never been really a sports guy or a gym guy, but you can do both in grade 9 if you want to. And in my tech rotation, we did weightlifting. I'll get to rotation. I did rotations. I have to explain rotations, whatever. I had 2 rotations in my whole school year. One was in semester 2 with tech, and weightlifting was part of that, and it was really fun. I'm not really a big gym guy, but I like gym. And you could try out for lots of sports in grade 9 too. Volleyball, basketball, badminton, hockey. There's pickleball intramurals. There's intramurals for everything, actually. I'm convinced. But in my gym class, I do have to say something. I got a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder because of the beep test. If you look up FitnessGram Pacer test, it'll show up, and that is torture, man. That's torture. But yeah, that's it for gym. I don't have a lot to talk about that. On to the topic of exams. There's not really much to say here. I mean, if you can listen to the teacher and retain information really well in your head, you should still study. You should study. Everyone should study. I didn't study, and I would have done way better if I studied. And all my subjects, like the lowest grade I got was like a 75. And I would have done way better if I studied. But yeah, so the thing with exams is that the schedules are weird. They posted in NetsB or whatever the days you have to come in, but there's days you don't have to come in. And think of it like a week-long weekend. That'd be if you didn't have any exams. But on some days of the weekend, you get to come in for half a day and do an exam. It's basically just a long test, and you get to hang out with your friends after till the bus comes pick you up, or your parents or something. It's really not hard to figure out how exams work once you get going. free time. I think I touched on this a lot earlier. But yeah, basically 45 minutes of the day you get a lunch break where you get to eat food. There's a cafeteria and vending machines, and yeah, you should always pack a lunch though, because the less you have to spend money, the more you get to save money. I feel like that made more sense in my head. However, in between subjects, you also have like a 7-8 minute time frame. Usually that's not a lot, but it's enough to get your books and go to classes, so don't worry about that. Like even, like sometimes you still have time to talk a little bit outside of the classroom. Or like, yeah. Don't be late though. Being late's bad. I've never been late officially. I've been late before, but not officially. Gym teacher. Yeah, but usually during lunch break you can get together with your clubs if they need you or something, and chapels. So yeah, of course when you start the school year you're gonna wonder, do chapels even like affect lunch break? They don't. You still get a 45 lunch break and your classroom time shorter. Isn't that great? And sometimes from your clubs, you can get a $5 lunch card if you're being very productive. And then that's basically the $5 gift card at the cafeteria. It's great. Everything there costs like $1.25 anyways. Now we're on to the topic of teachers. Now, the thing with grade 9 is that they're the only teachers I've ever had. So, I mean, I'm not saying all the teachers aren't my favorite teacher. I just haven't had some teachers yet. And I'm just going to list all the teachers I had in grade 9 because they're cool. They're cool. They're cool guys. Some of them I was friends with. Like Jim, Mr. A, Mr. Antonitis. Here's a picture of his dinosaur that he's got. He's got a great dinosaur. And he's got a YouTube channel and a great science class, which I learned a lot from. Bob Garrett's, Bob the English guy, Mr. Garrett's. He taught me tech, like technology tech. He's got a YouTube channel too. I said it. Bob the English guy. Mr. Vanderweer. Sorry, I like this guy. He taught my wood shop, and I made a game. Ugh, cube. I didn't give it a handle. Goodness. Whoa, feisty. And Mr. Sellis, he taught my music class. He's got Spotify. He's on Spotify. Everyone's got Spotify. Apple Music people out there. But yeah. He's Timid the Brave. He's a guy. He makes really good music. Go check it out. And Mr. the Clerk, he taught me geography. He's a nice guy. I think I know his brother or his cousin or something. And yeah, Mrs. Brewersma, she taught me gym. She's really nice. I almost killed her with a disc. Long story, not gonna say it now. Mr. Vanderland, he taught me English. We read Romeo and Juliet. Don't ask him about the rope ladder of love. Ugh. Miss Vandergreen, technicalities here, taught me French and Bible. She's nice. Miss Henderson taught me food and nutrition for the end part, but the rest was taught by Miss Hill. They're both great. Miss Krull taught me art. I know her sister because she used to teach my class. Mrs. Neufeld taught me drama. So, I hope you learned some stuff throughout the echo and the floor creaking and the background noise. Yeah, don't be nervous. It's too normal. Be unique. Be yourself. And keep on top of time. Of course, I gotta watch, but I don't know how it is for you guys. Pulling over to the side of the hallway on your MacBooks if you have to. I think people do that, but make new friends, of course, and have fun. Maybe I'll get a better mic.